Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, my beautiful imperfectionist family. What's good? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming to you with this week's session of planting and or watering, where I am either planting something new in your life or I am watering something that has already been planted. Ultimately, the goal is to just open your mind, your hearts to receive everything that the spirits have for you as we're on this journey of life. And as we're going through this journey, we know we will encounter distractions, we will encounter chaos. However, in the midst of it all, we need to have clarity. We need to stand flat-footed and bold on our faith, our beliefs, our knowing that everything is working out for us. As the last couple of weeks, I talked about belief, I talked about knowing. Knowing is that, knowing that you know state, knowing that it's all working out for you. And the question is, do you believe that? Do you have the clarity, the faith to believe it's working out? Or are you allowing life and its distractions, which when you think about it, there are a lot of distractions taking place to pull you away from that. I don't want you to get distracted. I don't want you to be discouraged. As a matter of fact, I'm reminded in the Bible, and I think I've talked about King David before, but King David was looking at some things that was going on around him. And yes, he was in a fire, right? You know, when you're in that faith fight where you know everything is up against you. And at this point, King David had everybody up against him because he had led them into victory and battle in another war, but came home to find that while they were at war, life happened. The village was rampage. People, their children, their goods were taken. And so the people spake of stoning David. And the thing is, when life has you feeling like people are throwing stones at you, what do? Remember, I labeled us imperfectionists. We are imperfectly people. So when people are throwing stones at us, how do you handle that? How do you handle when you've made mistakes? And we've all made them. There's none perfect. However, in the midst of our mistakes, we've come to realize that it happened for a reason. Everything we have done, everything we have been through, it all happened for a reason. It's to help shape us, to grow us, to build our character, to sharpen us. So even as David, who knew who he was in God, the scripture said David is a man after God's own heart. And David knew this, yet he found himself in a situation. Isn't that life? You can find yourself in a situation. And this is when you take that time to cry out, God, what do I do? What am I supposed to do to get through this? Because if you look at the state of the world, and every time you think things in this world is getting better or you're keeping hope alive, it seems like it takes a U-turn and go in the opposite direction. You know, people like to use the saying, oh, well, I did a 360. Well, sweetie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. A 360 will put you right back where you started from. So if you're trying to change the narrative and change the direction of your life, you want to do a 180 and go in an opposite direction. And so when that is happening, when people find themselves in those type of situations where they need to make a change and find themselves paralyzed by fear, because we know fear is the driving force of what's controlling a lot of the energies and the things that are operating in the world. And I want us to get like David. He had a fearful moment. When you're up against the battle somewhat of what is considered your life, what do? David encouraged himself in the Lord. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to encourage you to let you know it's going to work out. You just have to believe, even when it doesn't seem like it's happening right away. And I know we entered this year with great expectations and we put our vision board together. We made some declarations. And here's the thing. I want you to keep the vision. I want you to keep the vision. Keep it right here in the forefront of your mind. I want you to keep the vision. I want you to keep the knowing, keep the belief, keep the faith. See, faith doesn't operate when you have it already. Faith is believing that it's going to work out. And as I'm always saying, we are reality creators. And as you create your own reality, that's to let you know it's going to work out. And the beautiful part about it working out, it can work out so much better than you had even imagined. When you find yourself thinking small, God is saying, no, I have something bigger for you. I have something better for you. This is what I want you to do. I want you to expand your thinking. Expand. Open yourself up. When we get limited, and I hit the closed mind, the limited thinking mind, that doesn't allow room for growth. Again, as the mind thinketh, as the heart is, so is that of a man or a woman. So in order to really, really grasp and get what it is God has for us and this universe is offering, we have to open our minds. We have to get to a place where we step beyond what we see and go beyond what we know. We know it's going to work out. It's not even up to us to figure it out. Think about that. So many people invest their time trying to figure out how to change a situation, how to work it out, when God is saying, be still. Be still and know that I am God. I will work it out. I just want you to have faith. Faith in me. Faith in yourself. Faith to know that you're trusting me. When you're trusting me, all things are possible. What does the scripture say? All things are possible to them that believe. So I want you to trust God. I want you to do as the scriptures say, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him for the direction of your path. And I want you to know God will be the one to give you clarity. He will give you clarity. Have you ever had a little unction in your spirit where you thought you were going to go one way, but you had this little unction that said, no, go this way? That's God giving you clarity. And clarity is seeing the picture clear. Seeing the clear picture, the clear vision of what is in store for you. And to have the faith to move in the direction that the Spirit is guiding you in. And that's why I say all the time, it is important to spend the time with God. It is important to spend the time with your angels and just ask them for clarity. Ask them for direction, because especially in a world full of chaos, we're even in the time, whereas, COVID brought about the new norm, and I touched on it a couple of weeks ago and didn't finish out the statement. However, the new norm was okay. Everyone can work from home. And now, oh no, we need everybody back in the office. And just think about it. What happens when you're back in the office? Especially if you're in a place like Atlanta, you're caught in traffic, going and coming, and you just find yourself in a lot of energy, playing in a lot of energy that is not conducive to the growth of your spirit. So how do you operate in that type of environment? And especially in the offices, statistics have shown work is more efficiently done when you're at home. Why? Because you're in a quiet space. You're able to hear and function and do what you need to do and not be distracted by the noises that are going on around you. So whereas they're calling you back, which yours truly think is a form of control, like the Matrix talked about. However, whatever it is, this is where you have to go within. Trust your external supernatural forces to put their super on your natural. And in the meantime, go within. Go to the place where, Yes, I see what's going on. I know what's going on. I acknowledge, even though when I was home, I could really do that work-life balance. You can work, you can, tend to your needs and your family, spend extra time. And, it right now, the way it is, it may not be so easy. So this is when you gotta get clarity. You have to still yourself. Do not let life as it is lifing and things that are happening control you. You are in control of your destiny. And I know you have not been granted permission to receive and accept that, but I am here to say, yes, you are. You get a clear vision of who you are, the path you want to go down, the direction and the heights and the elevations that you want to achieve and accomplish in life. It's all yours for the taking. You just have to get a clear picture of it in your mind. And so as you could catch, the topic is clarity. I want you to have it. I want you to be clear. And as you're clear, I want you to focus. Focus, 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 focus. Did you catch that? I want you to focus, because a lot when I mentioned the return to office, the busyness of life and things like that, is to keep you off focus, is to keep you off balance. And let me tell you, it's important to stay connected. It's important to stay balanced, because when you're off balance, things will get a little wobbly, and we don't want wobbly things in our life. We want a life that's wholesome, that's full of joy, that's full of love and happiness and all those things. That's what we want. And listen, I believe the powers that be, that's not what they want. But here's the thing. It don't matter what they are. The only power you need to worry about is the supernatural power in God and the angels and all your help in the spiritual realm. Those are the only powers you need to focus on. Because remember, I said it, the scripture says it, greater is he that's in you. So when you know greater is in you, when you know that, just as Jesus was on the cross, he knew he could have called forth a legion of angels at any given moment, any given second, any given time to pull him off. But he knew his destiny. So therefore, I want you to get clear about your destiny. Your destiny is victory. There was a gospel song that says, "My name is victory." It's saying that because we need to know that we are victorious and we can have anything we put our hearts and desires and mind to, but we gotta focus. And I know this right now, say it all the time, will pull you away from it. Don't focus on the now. There's a not yet, and it's coming, and you are on your way to it. You just got to stay focused. You got to be determined. Keep your mind on the prize. There is a prize that is set in front of you, and you can achieve it. Just like an Olympic runner, they are running. Why? Because they want that gold medal. And speaking of a gold medal, I was listening to a message recently when for the women's volleyball team, there was these two young ladies who weren't even the best at the sport, but they put a mental image in their mind that they wanted the gold medal. So what they did, they set up gold all around their apartment, and they put it out. They set the intention. They sent it out in the universe. And guess what? Guess who won the gold? There was nothing that was going to stop them from winning that gold medal. So what am I saying to you? There is nothing that can stop you when you really realize the powerful person that you are. And even in your knowing, when life is trying to distract you from that, you shake those things off and you get back into the knowing. You get back into walking into your true authority, to your true power, because it's in you. Greatness is in you. It's a mindset. Get the greatness mindset. The mindset that I can accomplish anything I desire to do. It's in me. Just Keep your focus. Stay focused. Don't give into negative talk. Don't even give into gossiping. I just recently learned the vibrational frequency for gossiping is low. Now, I'm not going to say if someone hasn't done anything, you may have a conversation that you might want to have. Have that conversation and let it go. Get off of that frequency. Do not stay, because in order to really achieve and get the greatness, you got to speak positive things in your life. You got to speak positive things in the lives of others. You got to know that love, the scripture says, what does love do? It covers a multitude of faults or sins in some versions of the Bible. So you gotta get to a state of love. Get to a state of grace. We're in a world where people need grace, and they may not even know they need it, because a lot of people get so caught up in who they are and their self-righteous behavior, and they do things to others not knowing the offense. But listen, speak your truth. Do not let someone offend you. And you know, if your spirit tells you to address it, but don't hold on to it. Holding on to things that are troubling you is like cancer. And all cancer does is eat you from the inside, and eventually it shows up. And so therefore, I want you change the frequency, raise it. So whatever it takes to get to your greater, because it's coming. It's in you and it's coming, and yours truly is here in agreement with you to believe the angels, the universe, God, and all that are here to help lead and guide your way. Okay, so I'm going to bring this session to a close, and I just, as always, thank you for your time, your attention to me. I appreciate it. And I don't know if you noticed, your girl has a little bit of extra makeup on today. That's because I had a photo shoot, whereas for my book cover, so be on the lookout. That is in the making, and I'm excited about it. So, as always, I ask if there's anything that I said that resonate with you, give your girl a thumbs up, drop me a comment if you like. And I love the messages that I hear behind the scenes. Ran into a young lady recently, like, girl, you were talking to me. And I was like, yo, if she don't get out my business. But see, y'all know it's not me, it's the spirit. And that's what makes this work so beautiful, is when you're doing the work of him that sent you. So I appreciate the messages. And listen, if you're not part of my Imperfectionist family, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and join us, because we are going higher. And share this message. Please share it with a friend. Let's spread the message of hope that helps to strengthen us and help encourage us and help us build up one another. So until the next time, listen, I want you to have clarity. I want you to be focused on the what you want and not what you don't want. Let's just not even talk about what we don't want. Take them out of the equation, because it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I want you to live your best life. I want you to live it on purpose. And as the scriptures say, I want you to live it to the fullest. Continue to be blessed and walk in the empowerment that is yours. Have an amazing day.